Oh, it's so good. Oh my goodness.
And these go well with coffee.
Ooh, these are addictive. Should we start with this guy? So what do we got here, Lisa?
Right, you're starting off with red tortoise cake, which is not red.
Red tortoise cake.
So red tortoise cake is a Chinese speciality. The
That's right.
reason for the tortoise is they believe that that gives longevity by eating a tortoise. So this is usually on good occasions like Chinese New Year as well as the birth of a child. And the reason they're actually two different colors is because the one is given when the girl child is born, and one when a boy child is born. So we've got the green red turtle cake, and they can be filled with different things. It's a glutinous rice on the outside, and then it's filled with something sweet on the inside, traditionally a red bean. This one, it would appear is coconut, I'm not sure.
Well, we're going to find out.
And we've got another one which is peanut as well.
But none of them are red.
But none of them are red.
Okay, so which one are we trying?
Let's try the green one.
I'm just going to grab this guy.
Oops, I'm getting it on my fingers.
That's fine.
And this is what it looks like on the inside.
It's quite coconutty.
Coconut is delicious. The chewy outside is not that great.
It's quite gelatinous, the outside. And I think it just serves as a casing for the nice coconut inside. It's like a toasted coconut, actually. So I think probably some sweetened, maybe condensed milk or something in there with the coconut. This is the white red one. Looks a little bit different.
The green and the red are very traditional. The white is the third one. That's the lady said I should try.
But I think the peanuts might be different.
Is that good? Okay, I want to try. Ooh. There's crystals of sugar in it,
Yeah, it's very...
which almost gives more crunch than the peanuts.
it's almost like a crunchy peanut butter. But I suspect it's chopped peanuts mixed with brown sugar. Actually,
I think so.
it's almost like
This casing is more dough-like and less jelly-like.
I don't know, they're very, very gelatinous.
Well, let's hope that the turtle gives us longevity.
Nice. Okay, next guy.
Next we have tiny little coconut balls. These are called ONDEH.
Onde.
Filled with an amazing filling which just pops in your mouth when you put it into your mouth, called gula melaka. Absolutely delicious and rolled
what's
in
gula
fresh
melaka?
coconut.
Yeah, they've got nice juicy inside. There's sometimes something crunchy inside as well. I'm actually going to try and...
You just squirted me.
Oh, shoot, sorry. Yeah.
Well, this is what's inside the balls.
Oh, there's like a juicy stuff inside. Sorry, I don't think you're supposed to bite through them. Oops.
So if you find these little green balls covered in coconut flour, you have to try them. They're usually sold in a little packet of about 5.
5 or 6, yeah.
And they're really cheap and
Do you know
so
what they
delicious.
cost, Brian? Do you know what these things cost?
I think that little packet's about 80 cents.
Alright, I'm going to have one more thing. I messed up this one.
These are your favorite.
If you leave them out, they become nice and soft. You put them in the fridge now for a few minutes.
I'm very curious again as to whether them is TALAM. TALAM. It's a 2-layer Nyonya Kuyon, which consists
Excuse
of...
me?
Yeah, my pronunciations are not going to be right.
Oh, this is this
but
guy,
you can check
yeah.
it out in the blog post. 2-layer, the top is a white coconut layer, and the bottom is a pandan bottom layer.
Pandan, right? Are you going to grab your hand?
I will.
Alright, so this guy, as you can see, is very... I'm going to use my hand. It's like stiff enough, it's like very wobbly.
Very wobbly jelly.
And the top is, you said?
The top is a coconut milk layer. I want to try that separately.
Ooh, I love the coconut milk layer.
The texture is not jelly-like, it's coconutty. Creamy and textured.
It's actually not that sweet.
And the bottom is vanilla-y. It's not as gelatinous as it looks. It's actually got a very creamy custard-like texture.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice bite to the green, which you would not expect. And the custard cream is quite soft and silky. I wouldn't call it my favorite, But I think it could be a nice tea time snack, or maybe on a hot day. Nice and soothing with a cup of tea. Quite nice, I reckon.
Not what I expected from it.
No.
Cool.
No, we haven't had this guy yet.
Next up we have KUIH BINGKA Ubi.
It's this guy.
And that's supposed to be chewy and aromatic.
It's a tapioca cake, I think, isn't it?
Yes, that's right, tapioca and coconut milk. And it's made so that the edges are nice and crispy.
Let me just get this close. It's yellow in color. It looks like cake, and it is cake,
but it's very solid.
It's quite substantially solid.
Stodgy is the way I would describe it.
It probably bounces if you drop it.
And that's the crispy bit.
The first time I saw this, I reckon it would be like a sponge cake. It's quite sweet, and then when you take a bite, the texture is incredibly chewy.
Oh, this one's more coconutty.
Very weird. I quite like this actually.
This one's nicer than the last one. This one's
Maybe
quite
because
coconutty.
it's got a bit of a bite to it, isn't it? It's mushy. It's quite. It reminds me of almost like a coconut square or something. I think it's tapioca. It gives it this texture. And
not very exciting.
but there's definitely a coconut flavor. That's really fair. But you see it all over the place. They call it tapioca cake, or then KUIH BINGKA Ubi. KUIH BINGKA Ubi.
And they say it's for tea time as a snack.
I like it. I like the texture. Next one on the list is this one. KUIH KETAYAP. KETAYAP, right?
Yes.
KETAYAP, and this one can be quite sweet. It's like a pancake. It is a pancake, I guess.
It is a pancake.
Why is it green though?
I'm not sure. So they seem to make anything that's vanilla, pandan, seems
green.
to be made green.
So it's a pancake, and then it's rolled with what I would guess is toasted coconut. That's got some, maybe it's got a bit of brown sugar or condensed
And palm
milk.
sugar there.
Palm sugar, actually, that's right. That's what they put in here. And this one we've had before, and it's really, really nice.
Definitely one of our favorites.
It's because the filling, it can be quite chewy and soft, but it's not sickly sweet either. And the pancake sort of offsets the.
The pancake itself is not sweet.
No, there's
really.
no sweet. I like it. And so the combination is very good.
This is always so good.
I see the inside here. It's pretty much just shredded coconut or maybe grated coconut.
Grated coconut, palm sugar. I have a problem with sweet stuff.
Yep.
I can't say no.
Nice. No, it's good.
Delicious.
On this plate we have two blue things. This one we know exactly what it is. This one we're not quite sure yet, but we'll try and figure this out at the moment. This guy is called PULUT Tai Tai.
Because, you know, if you're having rice for pudding, you've got to have blue rice.
So if you look closely at this, the texture actually seems familiar, and there's a rice texture. So what they do is, I'm going to bring this just up. They take glutinous rice and steam it with butterfly pea flour, and that gives it this blue color. And then the brown stuff in here is actually kaya or kaya paste. And what they do is they either serve it on the side, or what the lady does is, who gave us this, she cuts it open and she puts a blob of it inside. It gives it an interesting flavor.
Sweetness.
Yeah, so we've had this before, and it does have a distinctive rice taste
It's almost
to
like
it.
a sticky rice you would have with mango or something like that.
have a
But the
look.
kaya gives it a very nice flavor.
It's so weird.
I love this one.
It's, if you had mango sticky rice like Thai style, there's a familiarity because the rice is the same texture and glutinous and sickness, there's a sweetness to it as well. And the kaya actually gives it a nice sweetness. Without the kaya, the rice is actually not that sweet. And it looks great, and it tastes nice with the kaya. I don't know if the rice is just a pretty vehicle for the kaya.
I think so.
Yeah, nice. I'm not sure.
I like more kaya with it.
Yeah, but you see, it's a vehicle for the kaya.
Definitely.
Not my first choice.
If there's lots of kaya, I like this one.
TEPUNG PELITA. Got a little banana leaf case for it. I'll give you a better idea of what it looks like. Oh, and it's a sticky little guy in here, double layer.
He has a custard-like top made from coconut milk and sugar, and then the firmer base below it is made of rice flour, and it's always wrapped traditionally in a banana leaf.
Yeah.
Look out, there's a small piece of banana leaf at the bottom
Oh yes.
that gets stuck to it.
So you shouldn't eat the banana leaf. Oh, you can, but it might be. Oh boy. Oh, this one's actually like wrapped on side.
Each other.
It's
quite easily.
so weird.
And that's why they serve it in the banana
So
leaf.
the green one's it's quite firm. It's got like a jelly and it's rice flour, as you can see.
Ooh, you're keeping yours together.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep mine together. And the top one is like custard, similar to the other one we had, with the white custardy layer with coconut milk and sugar.
But the bottom half is very much more jelly-like, and there's pieces of something inside the jelly. I'm not sure what it is, but
there's an interesting crunch to it. So I think this. I don't know what it is exactly, but there's a little crunch to it almost, which gives it a nice delicate flavor.
And the difference in texture between the two layers is just amazing when you pop it into your mouth. Smooth but crunchy sweetness.
TEPUNG PELITA. That's quite nice. You'll see that in street type vendors.
That's very good.
Little banana leaves, and I must say that's like a. Okay, which one's first?
We're going to start with the steamed tapioca.
This guy here.
That's tapioca tubers, which get steamed and added with some sugar and coconut.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, it's cake-like almost.
Look at that, you can see the tubes.
You can actually see the little tubes as you. Somehow it rises. And
Light and fluffy.
it's called steamed tapioca, sugar and coconut. I don't know how much sugar or coconut is. It's got an interesting little wobble to it, but it's actually not gelatinous.
No.
It's like cake.
It's quite a light and fluffy.
You like those sweetness?
And a little bit of coconut. I think coconut milk probably steamed with.
This is weird.
I quite like the texture. Look, if you can see in the center of them, you can see the little tubes.
You can actually almost see through it. Look at that. Oh, man, that's so weird. It's like a little sponge.
The texture is really cool.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
And it's not too sweet, but it's sweet.
Nice.
That's interesting. Okay, I'll have these two.
Light and fluffy, and the texture is really the most interesting part of it. Steamed pandan coconut cakes. The lady couldn't tell me what the difference was between the green and the brown one. And there was another color as well. And I said she can choose, so she gave me a brown and a green. Let's cut them open and see what's in. I think that one's going to have some kaya inside.
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, there's a little bit of
Speck
something.
of kaya. Oh, they're the same.
Okay, not a lot of anything inside. Fairly dry.
It's
Spongy.
like a weird spongy
Cake. I'm not expecting this one to be very exciting. Very
pandan
dry.
coconut cakes. I think we need something else to go with this. This is the brown one. And it just looks spongy. Like
It's pretty much like a
cake.
Madeira sponge cake.
Or steamed. Interesting the shapes. But they're good. But
They
there's a
taste the same.
sweetness. It's quite sweet actually. But it's a dry. Maybe they're super fresh.
Very
We
dry.
bought them last night at the market, so I'm not sure. The green one tastes the same, eh?
I think so. I think they taste the same. Not very exciting. Give those ones a skip. Filled with something.
If you fill that guy with kaya, I think it'll be delicious.
But we're just improving the Malaysian desserts.
And last on this plate is already sliced
Coconut tart.
coconut tart. Okay.
Coconut tarts come in lots of shapes and forms. Obviously, there's lots of coconut, but generally there'll be a little swirl on the top. That pattern is quite typical.
Yeah, you see little tarts at the markets, and they're called curry puffs, and they look almost the same, but they're not.
Well, they look like the underside of
I'll be
this.
very impressed or surprised, horrified maybe if we bite into this and
And
it's
it is
actually
the curry puff.
Oh boy, it's curry. Jokes. No. Looks like it's a very flaky pastry. Very flaky
sweet.
pastry. And it looks like a sticky, sweet coconut filling.
The pastry is very flaky pastry-like. It's not crumbly pastry, it's a flaky pastry, which is interesting in consistency. It's very different to the coconut.
Oh, this is nice. This is a nice and sticky, soft and flaky. Almost
Very
like a
good.
buttery pastry to it. And I don't know what the real name of this is, but We just call it coconut.
They're called coconut tarts.
Coconut tarts. Okay. These are nice. Like them a lot. Now, this is the one we just had. The blue sticky rice with kaya in between. This is one that we don't know what it is, and it's unfortunately nobody told us what it is. And a brownish, also almost like a glutinous rice type of consistency at the bottom. It's almost like little balls, but it could be
speculating between whether it's rice or little tapioca balls.
Oh, you know what it could be? It could be SAGO balls. That's what I'm thinking this is actually.
That's what I was thinking actually.
Should we Google SAGO puddings?
Ooh, it's
Definitely
got a very sweetness at the bottom. A burnt brown sugar sweetness, similar to that you get in a bubble tea, that burnt brown sugar.
Yep. The
And
top
coconuts.
actually doesn't taste like much, but I'm guessing it's the same color technique they use with the flowers. Alright, so Google to the rescue. We managed to find this guy after we ate it, and it's called KUIH with gula melaka and shredded coconut.
Gula melaka, that's the same syrup as it's inside the tiny little green coconut balls.
Interesting. So it's definitely SAGO that's
And that's pretty good.
cooked. A small SAGO pulls, texture is soft but chewy.
This is one of my favorites. It's similar to a peanut brittle that usually sell as a hard candy. And this they call a sushi candy because it's rolled into a sushi. It's also made by the Hainanese people, or traditionally by them. They always call it a soft candy because it's got peanut brittle on the inside, rolled into a gelatinous rice flour soft casing, and then rolled into the sesame seeds.
So the whole one looks like this actually. So
They're
it's like a
little fingers.
And it's interesting because you almost don't expect what they taste like.
No, and you expect the whole thing to be a little bit more brittle actually. So you bite in and you first bite through this chewy outside layer and then you get the crunch in the inside. And these are often sold next to the side of the road. The first ones we bought just outside one of the temples, little old lady was selling these for 60 cents a finger.
You know they're good.
So peanutty.
Like a nougaty texture.
It's like Turkish delight.
A soft Turkish
With
layer.
Oh, it's so good, but that crunch.
Like a nutty seed, like Turkish delight. If you ever had soft Turkish delight, that's definitely something you can relate to. Maybe it's because of the nuts. So good.
Sushi candy.
They taste
Best
as
kind
good
of
as they
sushi.
look. I think we're almost done.
Couple more tea time treats.
Alright, this is the last one. These are little biscuits we bought at also a vendor near Komtara, if I remember correctly.
A very friendly Indian lady.
And these are just two biscuits, really, two different biscuits. This, if you look at it, it's almost, this guy looks like a shortbread biscuit, and it's rolled in what I'm guessing is confectioner sugar or icing sugar. And we've had these before, and they're actually quite surprising.
Inside they're quite peanutty. A very nice and light crumbly texture.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my goodness.
And these go well with coffee.
Ooh, these are addictive.
They're definitely addictive.
Oh, they got a saltiness almost to them from peanut, and then you get the sweet coating, and it's like very soft, like I said, crumbly cookie, almost like a shortbread.
But it just melts in your mouth.
I don't know what they're called, but damn good.
Problem is, these are definitely Moorish.
Okay, I'm going to jump ahead and just show you the last one here we got. And this is a little chocolate cookie, and it's actually double chocolate cookie. So it's a similar type of batter I think they use for the white guy. And then, but it's a chocolate batter, so and they dip it in chocolate, so it's like chocolate, and little sprinkles on top. And the neighbors are moving furniture.
As usual.
And these are also very good. You see?
This one's a slightly ginger biscuit on the inside.
Ginger biscuit, right?
And the chocolate's really good on the outside.
nice.
It's
So good.
perfect sweet treat to end our sweet day.
No. No, I tell you, there's so much sweet stuff in Malaysia because there's a multitude of influences, Indian influence, Chinese influence, and you can, some of the stuff is overwhelmingly sweet. Like you get like a pastry that's deep fried and dunked in sugar and it's syrup and it sucks up all the stuff. And then you get like these things that's real tea time treats and it's actually quite delicate.
I must say, what surprised me is that when you see them alongside the street side, you can often be overwhelmed by the fact that there's so many and they're so colourful, but similar but different. And at the end of the day, when you try them, each and every one actually has its unique flavour. We have a plate full of green things, and I think, oh, these are all going to taste the same.
Similar.
And they're not. They really are uniquely different.
Absolutely. Anyway, so...
And most quite subtle flavours,
Yeah.
I must say. It's not overwhelming.
No, and I mean, we've had a fair selection here now, but this is not by a long shot the only sweet stuff we had in Malaysia, and probably won't be the last. Well, mind you, we should probably go on a bit of a break of sweet stuff.
I think we might have to.
Anyway, thanks for
Hope
watching.
you enjoyed our
hope
sweets
if
in
you-
Malaysia.
Hope you enjoyed it, and stick around because we'll probably be tasting some more stuff soon.
Let us know if you want us to eat more.
Oh, God, please. Bye.
Cheers.